Hi guys! Today on Divas Can Cook, we are making French Toast Casserole. Mother's Day will be here before you know it. So if you are throwing a brunch, this recipe is perfect for your menu. It's easy to make, it comes together pretty quick, and it feeds a crowd. Let's go! Alright, we're going to start by cutting up our bread. I'm using French bread, but honey, if you can get your hands on some challah bread or some sourdough bread, yeah, use that. But you know, French bread will work in a pinch. Okay, make sure it's nice and dry though. Cut it up into little cubes like that. Yeah, don't use no soft fresh bread or it's not going to work for real, for real. Okay, put it in a little casserole dish and now we're going to move on to our custardy filling. We have some butter, add it to a pan, let it melt, and then we're going to add in some half and half. Honey, I used to use heavy cream. But yeah, now I use half and half. Okay, we're gonna add in some brown sugar, a little bit of cinnamon, and then just whisk that together. We're gonna kind of like let it heat up. Don't boil it though, just get it, you know, let that sugar melt. And then we're gonna move on to our eggs here. You know, I used to think I didn't like French toast casserole because it was always like wet and soggy and I don't like it like that. But this way, it's like the perfect texture in the inside. Still kind of custardy, but yeah. Okay, now I'm gonna add that warm half and half mixture into my eggs and just go ahead and whisk this all around. Let everything become one and united and in love, just like this right here. Everything's well combined. Okay, now we're gonna pour this eggy mixture on top of our bread. You may not need all of it. I never use all of it. You just want enough to coat the bread and let it soak in a bit. Unless you want it really, really wet, then you can just, you know, throw it all on there. All right, now I'm gonna toss this around just like that. Make sure that all this bread is, look, it's already soaking up all that egg. You see that? It's not swimming in the egg mixture. But yeah, toss it all around very gently now. We're gonna cover it up in plastic wrap just like that. And now we're gonna pop it into the fridge, all right? Now, you can let this sit overnight. Most recipes say let it sit overnight, but I have found that 30 minutes, 30 minutes to an hour is good for me and the texture that I like. So now I'm gonna make my topping. I have some brown sugar. I'm gonna add it to a bowl, and then I'm gonna add in a little bit of flour. Dump that flour right on in. We're gonna throw in a little bit of cinnamon, okay? And next we're gonna add in a little bit of salt. You know what's also good, you guys? Oh my gosh, whenever you add like pecans, yes. Okay, now I'm gonna add in some butter and I'm gonna go ahead and just mash this on up until it is crumbly. Okay, I was going crazy with that thing, honey. But just mash up until it's all crumbly and stuff. Take your little casserole out of the fridge, and there's how it looks, and then sprinkle this onto your casserole. Very, very easy. Now, let me tell you guys, this is not cake, okay? It's not a coffee cake, so prepare your mind if you've never had it before, because my kids was like, this don't taste like cake. I'm like, no, it's just bread, okay? And there's how dry it is going into the oven. It should be nice and dry like that, okay? Now we are ready to bake it. Pop it into the oven, 350, for about 55 minutes, and when it comes out, beautiful golden lusciousness. Yes, yummy. Okay, now I'm going to make a little glaze to go on top because I'm not going to add syrup with this. Normally you would you know, serve it with syrup or whatever, but I'm gonna do just a little glaze. That's just some regular powdered sugar, a little bit of half and half, and some vanilla going into there. And then once the French toast casserole has cooled off a bit, I'm gonna drizzle it with this glaze, luscious glaze. Isn't it pretty? It looks so pretty like this. I think this is why people think it's cake or like a coffee cake. I'm like, no, it's French toast, honey. But yeah, I also added on some powdered sugar. Now here is the part that I want to show you guys, the texture. I'm such a texture freak. Y'all know that I love perfect texture. Look at this. Yeah, that's how I like my texture of my French toast casserole to be. Honey, yes, it's perfect. Okay, let me zoom in closer. You see that? Okay, it's still very bready, but it has that nice moist custardy. You know what I'm saying? I know you know what I'm saying. It's like so perfect. But that is it, you guys. I hope you enjoyed this video. Don't forget to subscribe and hit that notification bell so you'll know when I post a new video. Thank you guys so much for watching. Later.